Hi, welcome back. Thank you for coming to hang out. I'm so incredibly exhausted. That's a mixture of total emotional exhaustion, combined with the joy of having walked around the island of Manhattan. There was one day I walked from our hotel in Madison Park to meet a friend in Chelsea and hang out for the day, which was really wonderful for the morning. And then walked from there back, and it was really wonderful. I went to a comedy show. New York is requiring a vaccination for everything. So if you want to go to dinner, if you want to go to a show, anything that you want to participate in the public, you have to have a vaccination. And yet they still also mask indoors. And so, because of that, I felt a little bit more safe to participate in some things. And so I went to a comedy show with some friends, and I laughed so hard. It was funny. At one point, I was laughing so hard. I was into it, and the realization of like the conversations that I just had, and but I was able to pop that out and refocus. So I had my appointment with the grand poobah of colorectal cancer. That's what I'm calling him. You know, he was the OG that created the chemo drugs that I'm on. He created the protocol. So, like, wow, I was really excited to see him. Just thought, like, this is an amazing scientist. And I thought if there's any new science in this world, that he would know and be able to share that. But alas, that is not what happened. Instead, I had a conversation with a very compassionate oncologist who shared with me in his opinion that I have a terminal disease, that there is really nothing to be done about it. There is no cure. There is no magic bullet. There's no science different than what I have that they had to offer. I did appreciate, he has the practice compassion down, holds your hands for an extra moment when he's shaking. He makes eye contact, and he talks directly to you. I really appreciated that. He talked directly to me. My assigned oncologist at my facility, remember I have a oncologist that I chose from the beginning, but she moved facilities, so I still meet with her for the thinking and the science, because she's a young researcher, a young excited person in her field, and that is not what I got at Sloan. I got a very compassionate explanation of the fact that I am dying. And in his opinion, I should not be pursuing some of the new science, such as SBRT, which is a precision tool radiation that they can go into your organs and like directly kill the cancer without the tissue around it. It's new, it's amazing. There's not a lot of data about it. There's very little, you know, trials that have been done, but it's new and exciting, and it's something that that they're trying. Or lung surgery. In his opinion, if I take anything out of my lungs, I'm going to think more is just going to pop up, and I'm going to take away my quality of life. I'm going to hurt myself by diminishing the functionality of my lungs. It was, you know, what I feared having that conversation. I think my wife and I both were very anxious about the conversation because we knew that it potentially, you know, Sloan Kettering, he's the chief of oncology of colorectal cancer. If anyone has anything in this world new, you would think that they would be able to present it, but no. We left out of there devastated. You know, I know there's no cure for cancer, right? This whole time, there's no cure for cancer, and I understand that. And so I've never been looking for a cure. I'm just looking for longevity. I just want to be here a bit longer. But that said, it's interesting because I think that walking out of that appointment, one of the things that I struggled with, and I struggle with in oncology in and of itself with oncologists, this guy isn't the first, second opinion that I've got. You know, we have world-class hospitals here in Chicago. Northwestern is supposed to be, you know, amazing in the new science of cancer, etc. And I've gone there. I've gone to, you know, I'm constantly looking for a different answer, obviously, that I'm hearing. But the thing with the oncologists, the thing that I know you don't have a cure unless you're hiding one. We know that, right? I know I'm dying. Of course, there's a little tiny part of me that hopes that someone else is gonna say, "No, Nicole, it's okay. It's okay. We got you. We got this. We have a way for you to live and participate in life." Of course, you hope for that. But I think what I have found frustrating this whole time is the, you know, when I met with this guy, he didn't ask me what quality of life means to me, what my goals are, what's important in this struggle to me. No one, these oncologists, they don't ask you that. They just tell you that this is the protocol. This is what we have done. This is what the best that we have to offer. And our job is to make you as comfortable as possible for as long as possible. But what does that mean? Are you making me physically comfortable so that, you know, in telling a person that even though we don't know about this new science of going in and zapping the things on your lungs, but we don't feel that there's just not enough data about it yet. So don't bother. Just accept that you're dying and sit down and enjoy yourself while you can. Like, you know, the first year when I was diagnosed, we didn't hang out that much. We didn't hang out at all because I was so sick. And I remember, like, you know, you struggle with the physical sickness, but the mental, right? You know, you sit on the couch and you stare at the fridge and you tell yourself to get up and eat. And the disease tells you no, and the treatment tells you no, and then your mind starts to go, why bother, right? It took a lot to get out of that hole that first year. And the thing that gave me the ability to do that, I think, is that there was always something next to try, right? My team has never promised me anything other than, what do you want to do? You want to fight? You want to throw the kitchen sink at it? You want to, you know, you're willing to, we don't know. We're not sure. Well, we think this is going to be good. But you're willing? We're willing. If the chemo does this, then the next step will be this. And if that works, then the next step will be this, right? Quality of life to me means that there's something that I'm a step moving forward, because otherwise you really battle yourself with, why bother? Yeah. Well, it was rather unfortunate, the information that I received on this trip. This man was a brilliant oncologist, and we're just not like-minded. He talked to me about protocol, and the protocol moving forward would mean that I'm going to sit down, accept my death, and wait for it. I might use this laser tool new thing and pop out 5 of these lesions out of the 10. Just learned I have 10. And more might come back, but they might not. I might end up having trouble breathing. I might end up with a persistent cough, but it's my choice. And it's something. It's something. It's a goal. It's something to work towards, and I need goals. Don't we all? So this week I am meeting with a team radiologist about this fancy new precision tool of radiation. Meeting with a thoracic surgeon. We're going to find out what all the options are, and then I'll deal with what that means then. All I know is that it's an option to move forward, so I will be taking it. what that is. I need to process. I do get scared thinking about taking pieces of my lungs. When do you stop? How far do you go? Those are all questions for later. I have gotten this far from thinking outside of the box for being willing to try new science. And I'm going to continue with that. And if it doesn't work, that's okay, because in the end, they're going to use that new science for the next person. That's what really bothered me about this conversation with this dude. I get that you wrote the protocol. I get this is what the protocol is. But, you know, why would you prevent me from trying? Why wouldn't you just accept this as research if I'm willing, right? And I'm willing. My friend Kevin, I was his Power of Medical's caretaker, his friend, through his time with esophageal cancer, and he died after 3 years battle. The last year, they really had nothing left for him, but they did offer a trial at Northwestern, but for lung cancer. He had esophageal cancer, and they told him, we're not going to cure you. We're hoping that this will give you less pain, will help you manage the pain, maybe be here a little bit longer. He was willing. A year later, he dies, and the trial, though, has pivoted at this point, and it is now a very successful drug for esophageal cancer. Yeah. So that last year of his life and the suffering, something good came out of it. And this new tool might not increase the longevity of my life, and it might not, and it will not cure me. But it's going to give me peace of mind, quality of life, and it's going to give science to the next folks that come behind me. Not what I wanted to hear. I do keep thinking someday someone's gonna come whisper in my ear, oh, we've got it. Yeah. Well, I will, I'll reach out to you later this week after more appointments and you know, more exciting things of to be able to do. In the meantime, I'm gonna put some music on and do some baking. I don't eat my baked goods the same as I don't eat them when I pick them up for the medical team, but I enjoy doing it, and I enjoy gifting it. So, yeah. Thanks for checking in. Thanks for hanging out with me.